Hey guys, this is going to be your July 27th full moon total lunar eclipse in Aquarius at 4 degrees / blood moon report. Okay, now the blood moon is divine intervention for those in denial. This is a major purge. You're going to be letting go of anything that is a burden. Now, some of you have been ascending for a while, mostly the divine females, and the divine males are going to be catching up. This purge is letting go of some type of burden, and it could be a secret or something that's definitely blocking you, a partner, a situation, a thing. It's exposure of secrets or hidden things, okay? Like frenemies, secret affairs, anything that has not made its way to the light of day. And in this case, in the total lunar eclipse, it will come out. This is a complete reset in whatever house it lands in for you. Aquarius is the sign of friendships and social circles, so it's definitely letting go of people who you no longer connect with. Issues involving friendships and social networks, you are to expect the unexpected with Aquarius, that's for sure. There's going to be a lot of reacting instead of responding, so watch that. Make sure that you're responding and not reacting to. Let's see. Anger, acting out, feeling righteous about your acting out, being detached, and being driven. This. You have this drive in you. It's a restlessness. And it causes impulsive, rash behaviors. So there's going to be sudden breakups and sudden changes. And the thing is, those changes and those breakups have everything to do with secrets coming up from the surface. Like I said previously, frenemies or secret love affairs, whatever you end up purging for you is going to be a complete closeout of whatever karmic contract that is. And gosh, I did this like twice already, so I'm losing my spot. The sudden breakups and the things coming to light, it's going to shift your perspective completely. There is no going back. Whatever you discover or whatever upgrades and downloads you are getting this week will permanently change you. Nothing will ever be the same again. You've just been upgraded, okay? And the second that you get rid of this thing, person, place, or thing that no longer serves you, you are gonna start manifesting. This is the very last block that you need to get rid of. And this may not necessarily be you. It may be somebody else who is in denial that you need to get rid of them in order to bring that law of attraction to start manifesting. Now, things have been manifesting a little bit for a little while, but you still are up against a huge block. And this total lunar eclipse, it's like the power of 3 full moons, okay? Thrice. It is a heavy hitter. And this is going to change things forever with a lot of people. I feel that the full moon coming, not only does it have a 999 and a 4 code, it's the dark night of the soul, divine intervention for those in denial. The 999 code, like I said before, was a closeout of karmic contracts, and the 4 is grounding, manifestation, and stability. So we are closing out contracts in order to gain that stability. This is a one last block that's been keeping you out of balance. Once things start coming into balance, you will manifest. You will start manifesting everything you've ever wanted. You found your divine purpose, you're doing what you love, and you're able to express yourself freely, and this is a major purge, and it brings huge endings. Okay, so we're going to be letting go of friendships, partnerships, loved ones, social circles, things that we love, places that we love. I even feel some of you will end the relationship with yourself. So with these other transits like Neptune in retrograde and Mars being in retrograde, there could be some kind of there's aggressive action and confrontations, and some people will be delusional, the denial component, and they not really being able to distinguish fantasy from reality. A lot of people's worlds are going to get shattered on the full moon, that's for sure, whether it's self-created world or whatever situation you've been nestled in and you've refused to see the truth of the situation. This will completely change everything. Okay, sorry about that, I had somebody come to this door. So where were we? We were I was talking about some people ending the relationship with themselves. Okay, and with Neptune in retrograde and Mars in retrograde, there's going to be a lot of confrontations, and some people are going to completely lose their shit, or they're going to strike out violently, just because they're in denial and they refuse to see the truth. Okay, but there will definitely be a death of some kind. So if there's anybody who's already in a depression right now, if they're a friend or a loved one, please watch them, because this is also a time of suicides, because people, they don't know their true worth and they always feel like they're not enough, fill in the blank. Okay, so there's definitely going to be people that won't make it through this, but the rest of you got to do what you got to do. You're not going to have a choice. I mean, you deal with it and you come out on the other side, and then it's over and you're better, all the better for it. Okay, whether physically or emotionally, this full moon is going to close out all karmic contracts, completely finish, because you are going into your new karmic cycle. I know that I said that before, and I kept saying, okay, well, we have one more black, we have one more black, we have one more black. Well, the universe has conspired to put these planets in certain transits at a certain time, and we've been ascending since the eclipse season of 2016, and this is pretty much it. The females are so close to total ascension. Their one last block is pretty much the divine masculine. Sorry to say, but that's what it is. I accept the reality of that, and you should too. Okay. Once you close out that contract, you'll be able to manifest, gain stability, emotional and spiritually. So I went through each sign and checked what houses they were in. Aries, the full moon is in your 11th house of hopes, wishes, and friends, social life, groups, and society. You're going to want to relax, be comforted by your surroundings, and friendship is definitely going to be near and dear to you. If you're willing to take that time and just disconnect from the daily grind, you need to just tap into your personal happy space for a little while. It's a retreat of some sort. You'll love beautiful things, fine food and pleasant company, and your friendships will deepen and bond as you share tales of your lives and adventures. It's going to make you realize the good life is about feelings, not money, friendship, or possessions. Happiness, how you feel. Satisfaction comes from letting things happen for a moment and inviting in the blessings that surround you despite what's going on. Okay, if you want a peak experience, it's in the wings now, so roll it out. Take the time to bond with that person who means so much to you. Okay, that one person who lifts you up. Now, Leo, there'll be endings in your marriage and partnership house. The 7th house, marriage and partnership, relationships, and sharing. It's a wonderful time to let your partner shine and just lay back and appreciate them for who they truly are. That could mean enjoying the fruits of your labors that you've worked on with your partner, or it can mean that final connection that you've been developing for a while. Possible pop in the question. You might say yes to getting married. You might be asked. Or you might talk about it. It might just be, if you have a Aries moon or Aries rising, then that might be the best friend that you're bonding with. Okay, you see how that works? Okay, so basically, bonding will be a key thing with your partner. Okay, and they're gonna support you in whatever comes next. Okay, everything is new cycle, new manifestations, a whole new world. It can also apply to business as well as romance. Whatever, reciprocation, as long as you're giving and receiving, both of you are giving and receiving, you guys are going to be harvesting from all that hard work you've been doing on your relationship or business. Okay, sorry about the singing. Sorry, not sorry. Actually, I don't care. Okay, so Sagittarius is in your third house of communications, intellectual abilities, siblings, friends, neighbors, and community. Boy, you're going to be talking a lot, apparently, but everyone is trying to get their messages out. So it looks like, Sag, that you have a lot of friends that are enlightened, and you're all excited about going through the same things, because you're all in the same space, and everybody has so much information, their enlightenments about it. Everybody wants to put into the info pot. Okay, I apologize. Someone once again walked into the store and I had to stop for a minute. So one thing that I noticed while I'm sitting here and I'm telling you about the full moon, my eyes are like twinkling. It's kind of funny, not like I stare into my eyes, but it actually caught my eyes that they were just twinkling. That's because I'm happy and I'm doing exactly what I want to do. I'm living in my truth. But we'll get to my part on the full moon later. That would be under Scorpio. So, you need to finish up some of your correspondence and tie up loose ends. Excuse me. And you just have to tie up the last little bits of whatever projects you're working on in communications in terms of that project, okay? You're gonna have to get a lot accomplished in last minute things, and you're not gonna have very much time, so don't overschedule yourself, okay? Make sure you have plenty of time to get stuff done. Concentrate on matters that require endings and a closure right now, okay? Save your new ideas for later when they can get proper attention. Also, too, you don't want to start anything because of the Mercury retrograde, okay? So think and plan, rethink, review, respond, and not react. Taurus, this is how the full moon lunar eclipse will affect you. It's in your 10th house of career and public standing, okay? So personal status, goals, fame, success, achievement, and your public image is going to be on display with all the transits in Leo and all the sun transits. There's definitely going to be a lot of limelight, okay? And for Taurus, it's how the public sees you, your public image, and of course it has to do with what you're doing for work, okay? Your job, your chosen profession, okay? This is a perfect time to plan, okay? Things that have been developing for a while, and it's going to be at an accelerated pace, and you also will have to deal with last minute things coming in, so leave space for that. You will soon know what people think of you, okay? Self-promote. It's all about the self-promotion. You've got to get out there and sell yourself. Sell what you do, because people are going to be really receptive. You are going to be shining. public relations will have extra power this full moon. Okay, you are going to be the buzz, the center of attention, and it's going to be like definitely going to be a build-up, but it's going to be a fast build-up. This is like a crescendo, and it's peaking. It's peaking right now. So you need to figure out how you can make money off of that, or how you can maximize the potential for them dollars. Okay. You may be tempted to hide out at home, and if you need to take some time out to recover and retreat a little bit, fly your flag, fly your freak flag, be who you are. Okay, Virgo, this full moon is happening in your house, your 6th house of service and health, responsibility, and organization. If you're not seeing any results to your diet or exercise program, ask yourself why. There's something that you are doing wrong, or something that you need to review and not upgrade, but something you need to change about how you're doing things. Okay, you should be really getting your shit together, and it should be starting to amount to something. You should be seeing some kind of progress, but avoid self-indulgence. Okay, you don't need to go over the top. I know you're gung-ho, you got a lot of energy, and you just want to go, but you don't want to overstress yourself. Okay, you may feel a little overwhelmed. You have so much things to do and so little time to do them in. Once you finish up the details, you're gonna be able to look at what you've done and be like, wow, that's quality. I am impressed with myself. Okay, you're gonna surprise yourself. Okay, let's see. It's a good time to have a party at the office if you can make up a good excuse for one. But who needs an excuse for a party, right? Let's party because it's Friday. Yeah. In general, right now, just be happy with what you've accomplished so far and everything that you get done. Okay, Capricorn, full moon's going to be in your 2nd house of material security. This means money and possessions, your values around possessions and money, what you do, your daily routines, and your environment. Okay, it's gonna be a little bit more intense than usual, and it's time to wrap things up financially and collect on the projects that have now finished out, and just tying up loose ends. Okay, watch your spending. You just have to hold on for a little bit, because you really don't need what you're thinking you need right now. And use the Mercury retrograde to review. Okay, review. Respond, don't react. Okay, put your focus on the last payment, the final accessory, and then get ready to showcase. It's time to show off what you got. Okay, you've made the most of things. You don't need to keep piling it on. What you've already created is quality. Okay, so concentrate on reaping your rewards. Gemini, the full moon is in your house, 9th house of mental exploration. Okay, this is the house of the long distance traveler, your philosophical beliefs, studying, your higher learning, your ethics, and your moods. Okay, think big. Okay, stretch your imagination, push beyond your beliefs. You need to push the envelope. Okay, never mind your feelings. This full moon is really going to open your eyes. Okay, you've been more and more intuitive since the 2016 eclipses. You've been slowly downloading information, and not only are your eyes open, but your 3rd eye is open. Okay, so you are open to receive. The energy is in the air to expand your window on the world, especially now, because you've been building up to it. Okay, suddenly you will have put it all together. The puzzle pieces will come together. And now what do? You're faced with what do you do now with all of this? But don't worry, the universe will provide you the opportunities that you need to use this, okay? This is what you've been working on, is accumulating this information, and you're about to come into an opportunity to be able to use everything that you've learned. Okay, look for good news on the legal front. Things are going to be wrapping themselves up. So if there's some kind of contracts or legalities or courts or whatever, this stuff is probably going to end, and hopefully it's for the better. But you should be getting good news in terms of legalities, legal issues that's going on. But don't count your chickens, because it's easy to overestimate and be overconfident right now, okay? But main issues can get resolved. Libra, full moon is in your 5th house of sex and creativity, okay? This is enjoyment of life, your resources, playing, and self-expression, okay? You need to be spontaneous, okay? It's time to kick back and have a little bit of fun, especially with close friends and children, okay? If you're at a party, just go a little bit over the top. Don't fucking take it through the roof, okay? Just a little bit over the top, because most people around you will be likely to be feeling the same way, and they're gonna be like, yeah, right, party, while you're going party, party. You guys are chanting the same thing. You're gonna have the same enthusiasm, okay? You'll be in good company. It's time to celebrate for a lot of people, okay? There's gonna be a lot of passion, a lot of intensity on anything you choose, okay? Rampant and enthusiastic, overflowing is the 3 words that come to mind with in terms of the flow of energy, okay? If you're trying to get business done, you're gonna kind of be swimming against the tide, so just go with the flow. If you're working on a creative project, make sure you get the product preserved somehow, okay? If you're just gonna be pleasantly out to lunch, enjoy yourself, have a good time. Okay, full moon for Aquarius is in the 1st house. This is the house of self, your personality, your house of self-expression, okay? First impressions, beginnings, just your overall attitude. Okay, for a day or so, you're gonna find that things get a little wacky in your surroundings, and you're most likely the cause of it. Sorry. Love you, Aquarius, but yeah, the wackiness is going to be you. Time is right and the pressure's on, so you need to bring some critical projects to a conclusion, okay? Work on the details, put on the finishing touches, and show the world what you're all about, okay? It's not so much about what you've done, but rather who you are, and it's the right time to let your personality, your true personality, out of the box, okay? You need to show the world who you truly are. This is your full moon, Aquarius, lunar eclipse, and the fact that it's at 4 degrees, 4.44 degrees, as a matter of fact, tells me that you are looking forward to manifesting, grounding, and balance, and that you have a little bit of more work to do. But it's also because 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals 12 equals 3. This is going to be a joyful time for you. You are happy. Once you recognize what's going on, you will happily get rid of it. Okay. Let's see. Where are you? Where am I? The circumstances might have you a little giddy and giggling with happiness, the 3, joy. But that's part of the whole picture with the full moon. And this is your time to ride that energy and put your personal mark on what comes of it. Okay? Cancer, full moon is in your house, your 8th house of death and regeneration. This is going to affect your ability to deal with life, intimacy, sex, bonding, shared property, and shared resources, okay? If you've been chasing down some money, a credit line, looking for a better deal on something, this is likely the time that you're going to be able to pull that all together. As long as you've got your ducks in a row. I mean, you may be scrambling for some last minute information or paperwork. There's a whole last minute hurry up at the last minute theme with this full moon too. But you're under a deadline, and there's some real potential here. So get her done. Get your shit together. Your paperwork and info. Excuse me. It's also good psychic weather for putting the finishing touches on any restoration projects. If you've been fixing something up, finish it. If you want to pick up that antique that you've been looking at and clear out some of the cobwebs, rotate your inventory, or make that item that you pick up your new favorite thing, it's a green light for that. Okay, you'll also have the courage to clear out some of that clutter that you've been hoarding. Get rid of that shit, and you know what? You're gonna feel free after you get rid of it. Okay. Basically, your theme is you need to finish clearing everything out and get ready for some action. Okay, Scorpio, me. The full moon is in your 4th house of home, early and later emotional security, family, and roots. Okay, everybody's got a whole bunch of shit to deal with right now, so you may feel that you need a little bit of space because people are dealing with their shit. And Scorpio, you are progressive and you already know how to clear out your shit, so it's really going to be hard to be in the room and feel other people's energy while they're still clearing it. This I understand. So take the time to find that little bit of space for yourself so you can center and ground. Claustrophobic is a word that comes to mind. I mean, your partner's going to get on your nerves. So like I said, go take a walk if you have to, go run around naked in the yard, whatever you got to do to find some peace and find your own space so you can ground. Okay, but whatever you choose to do, matters are going to come to a head, and you're going to make a decision. You're going to make a conclusion about just how well you're doing your internal game plan. Literally and figuratively, good fences make good neighbors, okay, but only when located strategically. Time to finish yours and test it, okay? So lay those boundaries, keep them up, and you will be tested, but you will succeed. You will succeed, okay? It's time to show who you really are and make sure that you take care of yourself before you take care of anyone and everybody else. Okay, Pisces, the full moon is going to be in your 12th house of self-undoing. That's secrets, sorrows, secret dreams, endings, closure, healing, and spirituality. Now, it's double endings, double closure to an already triple closure lunar eclipse. My goodness, I don't know how this is going to affect you, but it puts you between dream and hallucination, therefore the fantasy, illusion element, delusion element. And with Neptune being in Pisces and Neptune being in Pisces and Neptune being retrograde at 16 degrees, I think it was. So this is major awakenings internally. So there's definitely going to be some kind of end to some behaviors. That's if you can get over your delusions and face the truth about yourself, okay? You're going to realize that you haven't been in touch with yourself for a while, and you're going to realize what has caused that over all these years. As you grew up, the paradigms in when you were a child, whatever you carried from your past life, you're going to be realizing that you haven't been treating yourself that well, and that causes you to treat others badly. Now, your wound healing is going to be progressive because a lot of things have come to light lately. What is hidden will come to light, and it has come to light. Now you have to deal with it and accept it for what it is. There's things that have been going on behind the scenes, and those will come to a culmination, which means they're fruition. So it's not ending, but you're going to have some kind of reward after it's completed. I'd say completed rather than ending. You may have been taking precautions to keep that a secret unless you're ready to go public with it. And you need to avoid confrontations right now. This will put you at a disadvantage. Use more subtle means to gain your ends when emotions are running high. Isn't that terrible? The energy is telling you to use passive aggressive manipulation to, or kid gloves, whatever you want to call it. Same difference, but yeah, you're gonna have to watch yourself. And with Mars being retrograde, that extra confrontation energy, it might turn out really, really bad, violent and aggressive if you do not manage to control yourself. There are other means to achieving ends. Now, this is going to affect people who have this natal transit within 0 to 10 degrees of fixed signs. Okay, so 0 to 10 degrees of Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, or Aquarius. Now, I pretty much told you a lot of the negative things that could happen. You know, if people have hard transits or if they just can't do it. There's anger, acting out of righteousness, being detached. Even though you're purpose-driven, you're driven for a purpose, you're still impulsive. There's rash behaviors. And then on top of that, there's no escaping it. Every single sign will end something. There will be some kind of death, and there will definitely be a huge major transformation. Your perspectives change forever. You cannot ever go back to who you were or where you were before the full moon. Okay, and it's also opposing Pluto. Okay, so that's going to highlight some Kundalini activations. So that's pretty much it for the full moon in Aquarius. It's just highlighting soul purging, transformation, karmic endings, and the twin. This is, I think I mentioned it before, the dark night of the soul. So some twin flames will reunite and others won't. But big purge, get ready, because this is your life. Happy full moon.